Welcome to the show, Stephen. Very nice to have you back. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
How are your kids?
I have one. If you'd been listening to the interview before you. I have one child, Nev, a little girl. Yeah, she's great.
Oh,
8 months old.
Tell her I said hi.
What's that?
Tell her I said hi.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll tell her Stephen Wright says hello. Big fan. Big fan. Do you like kids?
I like kids. I don't have kids. I don't have kids how you mean. I know you didn't ask me that, but I like kids.
You sort of go into a whole strange area. You do enjoy kids.
I've seen them. I like them. I've seen them.
You've seen them around. You've seen them around,
they're
and you
all over the place.
Sure, they're everywhere. Yeah.
They're good. You know?
They're good.
They're
good. Good for
They're
them.
not like when I was a kid, though. When I was a kid, you'd go over and play with the kids. You'd build things. You'd make things. You'd do things. Kids today don't even talk to me.
I wonder why. I understand
That shows how times have changed.
Times have changed. I understand you. I'm over here.
Yeah. You have more lights than you need.
Yeah. I'm pretty pale. I need a lot of light. Not a lot of light on this melon to show up on television. Sorry, that frightened you, clearly. I understand you just got back from Australia.
Yeah, I went there to watch a movie.
Watch a movie, that's great.
They have better projectors there.
They have the good projectors are in Australia.
And yeah, when I left, like 2 days before I left, everything's backwards there. They turned the clocks back an hour.
Right.
And then 2 days later, I left and I flew 18 hours to Boston,
right,
which is a 16-hour time difference.
Right.
And then 2 days later, we changed the clocks ahead an hour. And then the next day, somebody asked me if I knew what time it is, and I punched him in the head.
Just reared back and
yeah.
I feel sorry for that guy. Yeah, time is tricky.
Time is a weird thing.
It's a very strange thing. That's probably the most profound thing anyone's said on this show in 11 years. Is time is a weird thing.
Has it been 11 years?
It's been 11 years. Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, you proved your point.
Yeah.
Weird. Gonna get quiet again soon. Let me ask you, you're always, you have the Boston Red Sox cap every time you come on the show. That's not... Clearly you're a please, let's vote later. There's a knob on your seat. Just turn it to vote. Did you
know that booing was Latin for applause?
So then the people applauding the Red Sox were doing what?
They were applauding.
Oh. There you go.
You never studied Latin.
No, I didn't. I blew it. Wow, you're quite good.
Yeah,
but you're a big Red Sox fan?
Yes, I've been a
How do you
Sox
feel?
since I was a child.
Since you were a child.
I've been following the Sox. Like I'm very emotional. It's hard to. You're a Sox fan.
Yes, I am. I'm from
yes.
Brookline, Massachusetts.
Yes.
You can see Fenway Park from my parents' house.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
And I hate to say this, but Fenway Park opened the same week that the Titanic sank.
That's true.
That's true.
I did know that. April 14th, 1912.
Yep. And that knocked off the Fenway opening off the headlines. Everything was the Titanic. And I hate to say this because I'm such a fan, but I think subconsciously the Red Sox are reenacting the voyage of the Titanic.
Do you think so?
Every year.
This is an incredible theory. Walk us through this.
Because, the season starts and everyone's up. Oh, hey, how are you? How's it going? New uniform, new clothes. Everyone's getting on for the season, and everyone's on. And then the season takes off, it leaves, and it goes slowly like the Titanic. It's moving along and it's going. And then after a while, they pass the All-Star game. Oh, there's the All-Star game. And then it keeps going. And then about August, late August, September, it's like, did you hear that noise off the left field wall? What was that noise off the left field? Well, I didn't hear anything. I think I heard something. I think we should wake up the manager. No, he doesn't want to be disturbed, and then it's just sinks.
Then it's over. Yeah. That's an interesting theory.
Thank you very much.
Depressing, but you can always turn around, right? Like maybe this is the year. You don't like it when I get close like that, do you?
Don't get within...
I don't think Matthew would like that either. People like respect the personal space.
Please stay over there.
I'll stay over here. You're in a new movie, Coffee, and I'm doing this from my own zone, the Cone Zone. You're in a new movie, Coffee and Cigarettes. But this is the Cone Zone right here.
Really?
Yeah, tell me about the movie Coffee and Cigarettes. First of all, you don't smoke, is that right?
No, I don't smoke, and so during the movie, the movie's 11 segments of people meeting and having insane conversations while they're drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes. And it's like my segment is with Roberto Benigni, and we have this insane conversation. But I don't smoke, so I was acting like I was smoking. But I do drink coffee, so I was drinking the coffee, and at the same time I was acting like I was drinking the coffee. So there's like a double thing happening.
Right,
you know?
that's pretty intense.
I don't think our people would notice that, but for me, I was doing like 3 things at once.
Wow.
And it's good. My part was filmed, though, and the movie came out a month ago. My part was filmed in 1986.
I heard this. This is true. You filmed it in 1986,
yeah, well, my
and then
section
because he was filming a little bit at a time.
A little bit at a time, and I had him hold my section back for tax purposes.
This is great.
Thank you.
So
Jim Jarmusch, he's him. When I say him in this regard, I mean Jim Jarmusch. Whenever I say him, and I don't really mean him all the time.
Right.
But in this.
Whenever you in conversation say, well, ask him. You don't mean Jim Jarmusch.
Exactly.
Right.
In this case.
Or that's up to him. You don't mean Jim Jarmusch.
Exactly.
Okay. We have a clip.
We think the same.
You and I.
Yeah.
Almost. Yeah. It's close. There are differences. I have a clip here. Anything we need to know to set up this clip?
Yeah.
Matthew had trouble setting up his clip. How about you?
This is like.
You thought you were safe from a quick camera shot. No, Matthew, you're never safe here.
During this, the tape is going through the machine.
I clearly only have myself to blame. Let's take a look at this clip from Coffee and Cigarettes.
Can you hear me?
What?
Can you hear me? It's very loud over here. You're having trouble hearing me? Maybe we should switch.
Yes, thank you very much. I'd like to switch. Ah, good. Good?
I like it better over there.
You go yes,
mine?
me too, I prefer, yes. Steven, yes.
That goes on for Untold.
90 minutes.
I'm told that's pretty much 90 minutes of the film is you two switching seats.
That was the part with the special effects.
It's in sense around.
Yes.
That's what I heard anyway. All right, everybody, my next guest is a very funny and influential comedian whose new Comedy Central special, Stephen Wright, When the Leaves Blow Away, airs Saturday at 9. Please welcome Stephen Wright. Stephen, how are you?
I'm good. How's it going?
It's going very well, Stephen, yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah?
6 being the highest.
Okay.
I'm about a 5.5.
5.5. That's pretty good.
That's good. It couldn't be any better unless it was higher.
That's right. You know, Stephen, it's been a while since I've seen you. You haven't been on the show in a while.
Yeah, I haven't been here in a while.
Did you actually speak there? Or did you just mutter at me?
Both. I did both.
Yeah.
I've seen you, though, but you weren't there. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you see him on TV, he's not really there because it's, taped earlier. So, there's like 200 people here. We're all together right now. I see you now. They see you. We all see each other. But when later, when people see it, it's not even happening. More people are going to see this when it's not happening than when it actually happened. Right?
true. It's true.
I don't know about you, but I think that's weird.
You just blew my mind. I'm going to just go for this. What does the EC on your hat stand for?
Stands for Eddie Crawford.
Okay, then. Who's Eddie Crawford?
You never heard of Eddie Crawford?
No.
He was alive around 580 A.D. He was a shipbuilder. And, but that's not what he's known for, though. He was, you know when you're, like, sitting like this and you have your leg crossed like this, like if someone was going to walk by, like it was a tight spot, and you went like that with your foot?
To make a little extra room.
He was the first guy that ever did that.
Really?
Yeah.
Eddie Crawford?
Yep. I read a lot about him. Of course, I wrote it, but...
You wrote the seminal work on Eddie Crawford.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
I didn't realize that you didn't know you wrote a book. You write books?
I've written a couple of books.
I didn't know that. What are these books?
Years ago, I wrote a book called You're Okay, I'm on Ecstasy. Then I wrote, after that, I wrote Do Submarines Have Backup Lights?
Do they?
It's my very environmental political book based on my theory that the ending of the Cold War is what started global warming.
That's a great theory. That's an amazing theory.
Thank you very much.
It's incredible.
Thank you.
Wow.
I love to read. Do you read?
Yeah, I read.
Do you read, like, books?
I read a lot of books. Yeah. Yeah.
You read all kinds of stuff.
I read like teen people. No, I read books.
I wasn't insulting you.
No,
I was just using a sentence.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I do enjoy.
Yes.
I read a lot of books, yes.
Reading is another world.
It is another world, yeah. Yeah, do you read?
I read. I love to read.
Okay.
I love music, but sometimes I don't want to hear the music. I just want to experience it without hearing it. So what I'll do is I'll read music.
You'll read music?
I'll read music, maybe put on a book on tape in the background. It's very relaxing. It's very relaxing.
Yeah.
You should try that. I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. This might be out of the blue because it is.
Yeah. Go ahead. Ask away. I'm here to answer your
You
questions.
know what the word Kegel means?
I think I do, yeah.
Because I don't know what it means. And
Oh.
I was on a bus talking to this girl, and she said she was going to a Kegel festival.
Yeah, yeah.
And I have no idea what it means. I think it has something to do with bluegrass music, but I don't know. That's it. Okay, that's it.
I believe it's an exercise that only women can do.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like...
Shooting men?
Yeah, okay, we'll leave it at that, yeah. Now,
Cut that out or put it in like twice.
we could do that if we taped early. This is a crazy...
I'm a fraud.
This is
I'm a fraud.
This is a crazy happening that's going on right now.
Imagine if this was really happening.
I know. You have a new special. You haven't done a special in a while. How long has it been since your last?
I haven't done one in 15 years.
Oh.
And I figured, the kids who are in college now, they were 5 when I did my last one.
Right.
So I figured I better do a new one so they can see what I do, So
Sure.
I did it. I would have brought a clip, but I lost it. But
Yeah.
what happens is I come out and I tell jokes, and then when it's over, I leave.
This sounds like you've entered a whole new horizon of comedy here.
Thank
yeah.
you very much.
Stephen Wright, When the Leaves Blow Away, airs Saturday at 9 on Comedy Central. It's always an incredible experience. Thank you so much.
you
You stick
very
around
much.
a little bit?
Yeah.
Stick around. Stephen Wright, we'll be right back. Barbara Stewart is here. She plays the kazoo. We're back. My next guest is a hilarious comedian who can be seen at the Orpheum Theater in Boston on October 11th, and his new CD, I Still Have a Pony, comes out on Tuesday. Please welcome Mr. Stephen Wright.
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thanks for being here. I'm
Thanks
curious.
for having me.
Haven't seen you in a little bit. Did you have a nice summer?
I'm happy the summer is over, and
You're happy it's over?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a long, cold winter.
Really? You don't hear people say that often.
You know, that's how I feel about it. I just feel that I love this time of year. I love the foliage.
You like, the foliage.
The foliage is very pretty. And I love to. I live in Massachusetts, and I love to take photographs of the foliage.
You take photos of the foliage.
Take a lot of black and white pictures of the foliage. The way I figure it, it's already in color, so why photograph it in color?
That's a terrible idea. Let's move on. What else are you into besides photography? Okay, we've heard about photography, but you're a cultured man. I know that you have many interests. A Renaissance man, some would say.
Yeah, I love to write music. I write a lot of music. Yes, I'm working on writing the soundtrack to my autopsy now.
A soundtrack to your autopsy?
Yeah, it's going to be bluegrass.
You want bluegrass? You want bluegrass music to play during your autopsy?
During my autopsy. In fact, I asked Max if he could play a little of it just to show the people, like. Thank you.
I have to say, it does make an otherwise very grim process very uplifting and fun.
Yeah, when creative things just happen, you know, and it just felt like I should have music at my autopsy, and then, well, what kind of music would it be? Bluegrass.
Bluegrass. One thing just follows another.
Exactly.
Now, I'm staring at you right now, as I love to do, and you're wearing a Boston Red Sox cap. I know you're a New Englander. Please, I'll clear this area and fill it with foam. We can settle this in the parking lot later. The Red Sox are having a bit of a tough time lately.
Yeah,
is it affecting you? Is it getting to you?
Let me just say that Tuesday morning, I'm having a lobotomy.
You're having a lobotomy because of the Red Sox?
I'm having baseball removed from my head.
Oh, really?
Tuesday morning. If anyone asks me about baseball after Tuesday, I'm just going to say I love cheese sandwiches.
So the
I can't take it anymore.
You can't handle it.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah,
How do you feel about it?
It's the same way. I grew up outside Boston, and it's harrowing. It's a harrowing experience being a Boston Red Sox fan.
It is. It's very draining.
You're going to remove that portion of your brain.
Yes.
Very nice.
Absolutely. I'm going to make an earring out of it.
Okay. Now let's move on. You have a CD here. This is your first comedy album in 22 years.
Yeah, the first one was called I Have a Pony, and this one is called I Still Have a Pony.
You picked off right where you left off.
Yes.
That's ingenious. Yes, now, the question anyone that comes to mind, there's actually 900 questions that come to mind, but the first one that comes to mind is, why did you wait 22 years to make another CD?
I didn't want to be overexposed. And I thought, when I was a kid, I thought if I ever became a comedian, I would like to make one album each century I was alive. So that's what I did. So as far as I'm concerned,
so you did
I'm
one
right
in
on schedule.
That's great. You did one in the 20th century, then the 21st century.
Exactly.
And your 22nd century album will be, I think, probably the best.
It's different than my other album, though, because usually I'm known for quick, like, short one-liner
The first album,
jokes.
I remember that. A lot of quick, really brilliant one-liners strung together.
Thank you. This is one 40-minute joke.
One 40-minute joke. How does that even work?
35-minute setup, and then a 5-minute punchline.
Wow.
And,
incredible.
It's very dangerous, because if the audience drifts at all during the setup, you know, and you get to the end, they don't even know what you're talking about. So it's very dangerous, but
incredible
it works.
Pressure on that punchline.
It is.
Incredible pressure.
You know, as a comedian, you know.
No, I always succeed, every time. Just don't check the tape.
I'd like to tell you the joke, but we don't have time. I'd have to come back several nights. I can tell you what the joke is about.
Okay, let's do that.
It's about the stencil business.
The stencil business.
Yes.
It's a 40-minute joke about the stencil business.
Yeah, have you heard it?
I think we've all heard it, yeah.
About a guy, he's insane and he's not insane at the same time. He's pathologically ambidextrous. That's the album.
That's the whole album right there.
That's the whole album.
And you enjoyed making the show and...
Yeah, it was a 41-minute show.
A 41-minute show?
I told one joke before we started recording.
I'm looking forward to hearing this. I have not heard it yet. I still have a pony. I want to hear what it is. I still have a pony. Will be in stores Tuesday. Is that right?
Yes. And there's no ponies mentioned on it or anything, and there's no photos of ponies on the thing at all.
So there's no reason for a pony to be in the title?
There's no reason really for anything, really.
Now I'm scared. And Stephen's going to be appearing at the Orpheum Theater in Boston on October 11th.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, I love it when you stop by the show.
Thanks
You're a
for
good
having
man.
me.
Thanks very much for doing
much.
it. Stephen Wright, we'll be right back with Ben Harper and the Innocent Criminal. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
It's very nice to see you. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
What's the definition of a while?
The while? I'm going to say...
Couple of years.
How many years? I'm going to say 2 years is a while. It depends on the relationship. I haven't seen my son in 2 years. That's not a while. That's a long time.
Right.
You in 2 years? That's a little while.
I think you should see your son more often.
My agent takes good care of him. We got it all worked out. This show tapes a few hours before the Boston Red Sox game tonight. I know you're a big fan.
Yeah, well, I was gonna fool the audience, the TV, not this audience.
But the one watching right now and pretend you already knew.
I was gonna say, okay, let me check the game here. I was gonna say, a guy just stole home from first. Now they're putting him in a straitjacket. These games are like too stressful.
It's too stressful.
It's too much. It's like a level. Like it goes like, okay, boring, okay, exciting, too much.
Yes.
You know, like
yeah.
a few weeks ago, I went to a Dodger game. They were playing the Cardinals, and it was good because I didn't care who won.
Yes. That's a more relaxing kind of baseball when you don't care.
The guy hits a grand slam. It's like, oh, that's nice. And I think that people should do that on purpose so that when they're watching their real team, maybe that'll bring them down a little because they're used to not caring.
Well, you're always, to me, famously right around here. You're just right. I don't see you getting worked up about anything.
Well, man, I've smashed windows. No, I haven't.
Yeah, accidentally, when you fell asleep and leaned against one.
But my mind, it's like my mind is not connected to my face.
I get you. I know what you mean. Yeah.
It's like what I'm thinking does not necessarily control my facial expressions. So I can be like a nervous wreck, or I can be speeding in my head, drinking 18 coffees, but then I've answered the phone after riding an exercise bike and drinking coffee, and people say, "Did I just wake you up?"
Yeah. This is who you always are. Okay, now I'm just curious. I know you work a lot. You tour. You're a very in-demand comedian. What do you do when you're not working?
I like to read music and listen to books on tape.
Well, I heard you were writing yeah? Does this indicate that there's more to come?
Yes.
I didn't know what that meant.
Or I'm just practicing in case there's more to come later. I'll have done it already.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? Oh. So you can read the music at different speeds. You can't hear music different speeds. You could, but it wouldn't sound good. But if you're reading the music, you control it more than if you were listening to it.
So you just showed some emotion. What the hell just happened?
Some wiring connected by accident.
I know, for a second, you actually showed emotion. Your brain got through into control of your face.
You caused that.
I caused that.
Yes.
I can help you. I can save you. Is it true you moved back to Massachusetts? We're both from Massachusetts.
Yes.
You moved back. What made you decide to move?
I've started to like nature more, and I don't see a lot of nature in Los Angeles, so I wanted to be around the
What are you talking about? Look at this.
Yeah.
Breeze coming in off the ocean.
That's nice.
Moon 10 times its normal size.
Is that really there? Even though that's fake, is it really there? What did you ask me? Oh man, yeah, I wanted to be back in nature. You know, I live near Walden Pond. You know, I go there. I like to be in the woods. You know what fascinates me? Thoreau was there, very popular. Everyone knows him. Now, what kills me, I think this is funny, although I won't laugh.
No.
I think that it's funny that millions of people go to see where this guy lived
Where
as a
Thoreau
hermit.
went to get away from it all at Walden Pond, yeah.
It's hilarious.
Millions of people go there.
To see a hermit.
To see a place
Former hermit.
A former hermit lived, yes.
It's called an FH.
Former hermit.
It says when you're driving towards Walden Pond, it says FH 1 mile.
That's not true. You're screwing with me, and I won't have it.
I'm very sorry. How have you been? How are you? On a scale of how are you?
You don't care.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Okay.
You don't. You don't care how I am.
Do you want me to not care?
No, I want you to care, but I'm not sure you do care. Do you really care how I'm doing?
I care about a medium amount.
I'm doing fine. I'm
Good.
happy.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm doing great. It's you I think about now in these moments, just because you're here and I'm interviewing you.
Well, getting back to Walden Pond.
Would you like nature? Are you a guy? Because you don't seem like a guy who. You don't seem like a guy that frolics through nature.
Well,
you don't frolic through the woods. Do you ever frolic?
I frolic a couple of days a year. Just for no reason. But I go in the woods and butterflies, I don't hunt or anything, but butterflies are the only things that I'll just kill.
Why will you kill butterflies?
Because they're arrogant.
What do you mean they're arrogant?
They've gotten so many compliments over the years, they just have an attitude, you know. Oh, look at him, oh. Little kids walking by, kid's gone, I smashed this thing with a rock.
You kill butterflies with a rock because you think they're too full of themselves.
Yes, I'm insane.
And any other animals, or that's it? Just butterflies?
No, just butterflies.
Okay. What if you see like a cocoon? Would you crush a cocoon?
No, because that gets into free choice, you know. Pro-choice, that's a pro-choice thing.
How did that help anything? You know what I find hardest to believe about you, Stephen, and I'm going to call you Stephen because that's your name, that you were a radio DJ at one point. You are so quiet and so monosyllabic, I can't imagine you being a radio... What kind of radio DJ were you?
Well, I was a college. I went to Emerson College,
Yeah.
and they had a couple of radio stations, and I wanted to have a show, so they had auditions for the bluegrass show, and I didn't know anything about bluegrass, so I auditioned. So I made up all, you say the tape, you say it in a minute. I made up all the bands, and I made up all the songs that the bands were playing, and then I got the show because I think they were listening to it, and we never even heard of this stuff. This guy must be an expert on this.
And you just made it up?
I made it all up, and then I did the show for a couple of months, but I didn't really talk much in between. I would just play songs, and then I would just say, all right, here's another one.
Here's another one? That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Would you ever take it up again, or do you think those days are over?
No, those days are over. Whether they're going to happen or not, I don't know, but they're over. You're causing me to think like this. When I'm not talking to you, I'm like an accountant.
You're saying you're perfectly sane. It's me. It's the presence of me.
Yes.
All right, that's why we need to talk more often,
Okay.
I believe.
All right.
Are you writing a novel on Twitter? That's what I heard. You're writing a novel on Twitter.
Yeah, I was going on Twitter, and right before that, I thought, I used to write little stories for myself for no reason, like in high school and stuff. And then I thought, why don't I just write a novel on Twitter? So I started writing this story about a boy named Harold in elementary school. And he was this and this happened, 2 sentences at a time.
Just 2 sentences at a time?
Yeah, and then I wouldn't do it for a few days, then I'd do 3 of them, then I wouldn't do it for a few days, then I didn't do it for a year. And then I started writing back in, and people were leaving messages saying, my God, he doesn't know what this thing is for. He needs to be putting jokes on here. This stuff is perfect for this kind of humor. What is wrong with this guy? Someone should explain it to him.
So you've been, how long is this novel by now?
It's 1,500 pages.
1,500 pages?
If, like, there's one word on each page.
3 years ago, we revolutionized toilets with the IntelliFlush 2000. But today, we're improving upon perfection. I give you Voltron. Say hello, Voltron.
Hello, humans. I eagerly await your excrement.
Oh, and one more thing. But why don't I let my friend tell you about it? Please welcome the President of Unified Earth, Brody Sandals.
How's it going, everyone? I just want to say I love the smart toilet so much, and Anton here he's volunteered to have a Voltron installed in every home on the planet for free. So yeah, that's suspiciously generous.
Mr. President, would you like to christen the Voltron?
Oh, don't mind if I do, brother. Wow, it even feels smart.
Now, if you'll just press that button while I stand very far away.
What is going on?
Oh no! Who could have anticipated that? Not me!
Sorry, Grumps. Take that! Enjoy this! Yes! Oh, Flaming Sea here.
I'm sorry, sir. Is this a bad time?
Not at all, intern Rachel. Just working out.
Something terrible has happened to the president. I'm sending you a video now.
Oh, dear God. Is he dead? Initializing R.A.N.D.Y.
Who's Randy?
Not who, but what. It's the world's most advanced computer. R.A.N.D.Y, are you online?
Hey, man, what's going on?
R.A.N.D.Y, do you know what happened?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Will you tell me?
Basically, his consciousness has been split across 3 alternate dimensions. Each dimension is a physical manifestation of an aspect of the president's consciousness. Trippy, right?
This smells like piss.
Ew.
Anton Pist, the toilet tycoon. I never trusted him. He's bald. We'll deal with Pist later. But right now we have to retrieve the president, piece by piece.
How do we even do that?
There's no time in this episode. Get my car ready. And Rachel, we never really had a chance to talk about what you hope to gain from this internship.
Thanks for asking. Well, right now I'm majoring in communications.
Okay, shut up. Let's go.
If my calculations are correct, which they always are, right now the Flaming Sea is scouring the multiverse for the president's consciousness. Time to initiate phase 2. Soon everyone is going to tremble when they hear the name Anton Pist. Okay, that's enough laughing.
Previously on the Flaming Sea. Sorry, Grumps.
I give you Voltron.
Wow, it even feels smart.
The president's consciousness has been split across 3 alternate dimensions.
Okay, shut up. Let's go. Intern Rachel, take a look in the back here.
You need me to drop off your dry cleaning, sir?
What? No, hold on.
Ah!
Show some respect for your president.
That's our president? It looks like a piñata's large intestine.
He'll look better once we stuff his consciousness back into this empty skin bag. Randy, where are we headed first? Randy!
Oh, sorry, man. I was thinking about something else. Okay, I'm charting the strongest neuromagnetic ping right now. Setting coordinates for the supersong fun dimension.
That sounds like fun.
Maybe. If your idea of fun is singing karaoke and dancing and playing video games 24 hours a day.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it does sound fun. But it's not. Look at it this way. This dimension is President Brody's carefree joy, unchecked by any creeping sense of his own mortality. In other words, a living nightmare.
Initiating landing sequence. Beep, boop, boop, beep, beep.
Brace yourself
boop, boop.
for a surprisingly smooth landing.
Wow.
Beep, beep, boop, boop.
The president's neural ping seems to be originating from the highest point here.
What should I do?
Here. Keep the president moist. Pardon me, coming through. A little to the right, thank you. What the fun?
To proceed, take the Go-Go Music Rhythm Challenge. Do you accept?
Sure, I guess.
You are #1 challenger. Begins. Rhythm.
Apocalypse.
Oh no. One, two, cha-cha-cha. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. Down you go. Oh. Well, that didn't go well. Let's level up.
Cool.
I know, right? Coming through.
Hi, my name is Stephen Wright, and I feel anxious about being Conan O'Brien's friend.
It's the most honest way anyone has opened this
Ironically,
podcast.
it's not honest, but I thought it would sound. I thought it would sound weird.
You have one of the most iconic voices in comedy, and I'm not even talking about your perspective, which is iconic, but just when you talking is such a delight to me.
Oh.
Every time I've had the chance to interview you, I think my heart beats maybe 200 beats a minute, and I think yours beats during leap years once. And I've always loved the contrast when I get to talk to Stephen Wright. I'm, a Tasmanian devil, and you are a moon rock that's seen it all. It's really beautiful.
A moon rock that's seen it all.
Yeah, you have.
Well, I'm lucky I sound like this because obviously I'm not doing this. This is how I sound, and it's contributed to my whole career by complete accident. I mean, this is just accident. But I'm not, even though I sound like this and I appear to be so laid back, I'm not as laid back as you might think I am. I'm not like you. I'm not like on, but my mind is
I'm
going.
glad you didn't finish that part. Because that wasn't
all the
going
ends
to be.
of that sentence is I said no.
On one of my first jobs, a writer named Steve Barker, who was from the Deep South, he looked at me one day and he used to drink like whiskey out of his desk, and he just took a long sip of whiskey and he went, "One day, O'Brien, you're going to blow. And you're going to leave a nasty stain." And I was like 22, but bouncing off the walls. But anyway, you said you're not as laid back as one might think you are.
My mind is going faster than my being to the outside world. Like I exercise every day. I'm on an exercise bike or a real bike. I can get off the bike, get a phone call, and hello. Oh, did you just wake up?
Right.
You know, just
and
got
you were
off
just
the
working
40
out.
minutes on the bike.
Right.
So
now, I can't imagine
but I'm not
you...
like, I can tell you what, you're tight. If me and you were made out of bamboo.
Yeah, I think about this all the time. Okay, let's continue that. If you and I were made of bamboo
poles, like 20, each person was 20 to make a person.
Yep.
And they have to wrap them around to hold them together.
Yeah.
Yours are wrapped tighter
Yes.
than mine. So mine are looser.
Yours rattle a bit when you shake them.
Yes.
And mine
Yes,
feels
yes.
like one solid.
Yes.
I'm basically, it's wrapped so tightly, I'm like a steel pole.
Yes, they use your version to drill for oil.
Yes.
I've always seen you like
Can I tell you, Stephen, if I've heard this, can I just say, if I've heard this once, I've heard it 1,000 times. I have so many people in my life that said, like, "Do you have a second?" when I'm in the street. If you and I were bamboo, you're wrapped so tightly that use you to drill for oil. And I go, I know. And Stephen, I finish their sentence. I go, I know, and you drill for oil. All the time.
Oh my God.
I'm going to embarrass you really quickly, and then we can move on because you're not going to like this. But I am hard-pressed to think of anybody who tickled my mind more when I was very young and just interested in, early 1980s. I'm 18, 19, and you explode on the scene. And it was such a revelation to me that somebody could be so funny and so smart in such an original way. It was very inspiring to me and to, tens of thousands of people, not just from my generation, but generations going on. And I don't know if you're aware, I know you're a very humble guy, but I don't know if you're aware how much you changed things.
I hear about that I've influenced people. I've seen younger people that I can tell are influenced by me, but that's very nice of you to say that. Very nice. And I feel very lucky because I didn't, this is how I think. That's how I write. This is how I speak. And it just fell together. There was no plan.
Right.
If I do it like this, then I'll be this different guy. It was like, go to the open mic night and think, okay, I'm going to go back in 2 weeks. Watch the open mic. I'm going to go back in 2 weeks. I wrote stuff. I had never written anything, so I wrote it during the 2 weeks, and I came back, and then I was saying it. Half of it didn't work, but the distinctness is completely, it's like by accident. It's like a fingerprint. Like your brain has everyone's brain has a fingerprint. And I'm so lucky that the thoughts and the way I speak went together. And I'm also lucky that it clicked with the audience because I wouldn't have another way to do it.
Right.
But thank you very much for the compliment. Another thing is when you're doing it, you're not thinking of a young kid watching it. You're just trying to make the audience laugh. Yes. You're trying to do a good TV appearance. You're not thinking of 14-year-old people. You're not thinking.
No, of course not. If you are, there'd be something wrong with you if you're. If every time you performed you were thinking of a 14-year-old boy, Stephen, that would be a real problem. Are there any boys out there watching? Hey, take it easy, Steven. Any little boys watching?
I'm going to be arrested, and I didn't even say it. I didn't even say it.
No, you kind of did say it. And that hat you're wearing's real skeevy. Just saying. The hat goes with the whole thing.
Does it say that? Does it say that?
Here's the thing I want to zoom in on. What I want to zoom in on that's important to me is that, yes, your brain is different and you have this way of seeing things and you come along at this certain time. The hard part is when you get up and you're in the clubs, there is a very powerful force that makes people want to conform, because there's a way to be that's a little safer if you're in front of an audience. And you clearly, whether you want to acknowledge it or not, are brave, because you got up. This is the way you were going to do it. And I'm sure there were audiences that didn't know what the hell is going on initially, but you kept going. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's the part that's not a complete accident, because you didn't say, you know, it works. It works when you get up and go, hey, hello, Boston. And then you'll have a joke, you know, and then I do some stuff for local humor, and I kind of joke about the Sox, and I get them on my side, and then I'll try and go into this stuff. You knew that, no, we're not doing that.
Well, I didn't think of it to not do it. I didn't even think, well, I'm not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It just came out like it happened. It's just so. But I made up rules. I had these 4 rules that I wouldn't do. That was on purpose, to stay like a little separated.
Can you tell us the rules?
No.
Do you want to tell you my rules?
Yes.
I have 10 of them.
You have 10 of them?
Yeah. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. And maybe you should think about my 10 rules.
Your rules are much more known than mine.
I love if your rules are just about comedy, but you're a sociopath about everything else.
It's hilarious.
What the fuck you doing?
I was going to say, when you said thou shalt not kill, I don't have that.
You come in, your hands are all dirty. There's a shovel in the back of your car. Very strict rules about non-topical comedy. Very strict. Hey, what happened to that lady? Don't ask.
Oh, my God.
I'm thinking of your famous joke. I want you to do it, but I went into a restaurant that said they serve breakfast anytime.
So I ordered French toast during the Renaissance.
It's just like, I have always had this theory that a good joke actually has weight, like the way an element does. Like you can almost feel the weight of it in the palm of your hand.
It's fascinating, the details of it all. You know, not connected to time. But that French toast joke, that was one of the only jokes I ever adjusted. Because usually when I think of something, then I think of the wording, bang, 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 and then that's it. It's never changed. But that joke, it wasn't the Renaissance. It was something else. Mm-hmm. I don't remember. It was another reference to time.
Right.
But it wasn't the Renaissance. And then I thought, well, I'll change it to the Renaissance. And then you connect the French, it connects more.
Yes.
So it's just like, it's fascinating, the details.
But what was your method? Would you sit and like, I mean, I'm fascinated by how people do it. Do you sit with a legal pad, typewriter? What were you doing? I mean, and you know, you think I'm making a joke with typewriter. I actually do write stuff on a typewriter because I have some old typewriters, and I just love the mechanism of it, and I love the kind of. I think I think a little harder when I'm working on a typewriter, because it's being put on paper and it feels a little more formal.
It's more of a physical combination of thing rather than a computer.
Yeah.
There's an physical effort. In the first 6 months, I would get the newspaper out and look through it and see if something would click, like to write find a joke, but then after like 6 or 8 months, my mind became, because it's all based on what you notice, right?
Yeah,
all the comedy is noticing. So my mind just became noticing. I didn't no longer look at the paper. It was just like you go out and you just notice, and it was like I have one of my favorite jokes I ever did. It was I was looking through the paper and I saw electrolysis, an ad for electrolysis, and I thought, what a word! The sound of that word is interesting, and what it means is interesting. So then my mind later came up with I lived in a building, they allowed pets, and I had a pony. I had a Shetland pony named Nicky, and he was involved in a bizarre electrolysis accident. All the hair was removed except for the tail. Now I rent him out to Hare Krishna family picnics. But I drew a lot. Before growing elementary school, high school, drawing and painting, before I ever wrote anything. And when you draw something, you notice, realistically. I changed to abstract in my 20s, but before that, it was real. Like, so you really notice stuff. Like, if you're gonna draw this glass in this bottle, the shape of the glass and the shape of the bottle, but the shape in between it is also a shape.
Yeah.
And that helps you get it accurate, to make it look real. And I think that exercised my noticing abilities, like, because it's just like all the comedy is from noticing. In the tower in the airport, the tower they have with the radar.
Yeah.
So the radar sweeps like this, and then there's little dots of the planes. So my subconscious was scanning. I'm not walking down the street. I need another joke. I need a new joke. Right. I'm just walking down the street, but the scan is going like this, and it would just see something, a word or something, going, doot, doot, doot. That's
something.
Yeah, that could be something.
I know that you're into music and you're a musician, and I think there's such a connection between comedy and music. What I've always heard is when I read about great songwriters, they just say that they're doing the same thing. They're scanning and something hits them. And I think and it can be anything, but they're reading the paper and then they see a story. And
especially when you get doing it enough where you're making a living, even if you're just barely paying the rent, you're making a living from the comedy, $100 a week. That's $300, $400 pays the rent, and even less than that. So you have time. You don't have to go somewhere and do this. So you're wandering around, like a 4-year-old. You're just wandering. And to me, what you just said, the world is made up of it's a giant mosaic painting. It's little tiny fragments that make up everything. And he's like, here's that guy died, and that's a tiny thing, and I've noticed things where I combine, this could be connected. This thing that has nothing to do with this does have a common denominator, maybe in the word or something. And then you combine. I'm not thinking when I make it up. I'm not going I'm not doing what I just said to you.
No.
It's
happening. It's happening.
It's like, that could mean that, and it's a bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, it's really cracks me up that my dad's a scientist, and he said once that he's not a good one. He's a shitty scientist. We don't even think he has a degree. He just walks around with a microscope that he found.
A microscope that he found?
Yeah, and he tied it, he wore it around his neck like Mr. T with a medallion. And he said, I'm a scientist. And then he'd just hang out at the train station all day.
The train station?
Yeah, eat grilled cheese sandwiches. We were like, he's a scientist. But he said, the job of your brain, the thing that's happened in evolution that's supposed to keep us alive is our brain making connections that make sense. Like, I've got a fire here and I've got meat here. When I cook the meat, it actually tastes a little better. I'm going to start doing that. And I think there's something with the comedians I really admire, like you, there's almost something, a miswiring that wouldn't work in evolution, but we're connecting things that shouldn't be connected. And my dad once said to me, and I've said it before, but he looked at me once and he said, it's interesting because he's very honest and he's also very smart. And he said, you're making your living off of something that probably should be treated. And I realized he's not wrong.
That's hilarious.
It's taking, you can have breakfast anytime, or, the electrolysis joke. You're taking things and putting them together, and they live on completely different synapses that aren't supposed to cross. They're not supposed to be touching each other.
Yes.
But something's either wrong or right in a beautiful way, and that's what happens.
Somehow you see a connection.
You went on Johnny Carson in 1982. I believe it was your first spot. And people don't understand now because there's so much TV and, okay, this comedian went on this show or that show, and it doesn't mean what it meant when Carson was the only show in the world. Very few comics get to go on. It's almost impossible. And if you do get on, it's a big deal. And you went on, and if I'm remembering it correctly, Johnny was so impressed. You were so different and so smart that they invited you back very quickly. Is that true?
Yes, I went on Friday and then the next Thursday.
That didn't happen.
It was insane. When they called me on Wednesday, Jim McCauley, he started talking about the show, and I thought he was referring to the one that happened. I didn't understand what he meant. He said, no, we want you to go on tomorrow.
Did you have another set?
I had another set, but I had like a total of 15 minutes of stuff that could go on there. And I remember saying to him, but if I go on there tomorrow, that's 3 years. More than half the stuff is gone. And he simply said, well, you're going to have to write new stuff anyway. And to go on twice in 1 week is so amazing.
It was unprecedented at the time. And that was a time when if you went on that show, you were famous overnight. I mean, people recognized you the next day because that was all anybody was doing at 11:30 at night, was watching Johnny Carson.
Yeah, because it was 3 channels and cable was just starting. Right. It was like going through the Alice in Wonderland, going through the door there, and Peter LaSalle, you saw me in the Ding Ho Chinese restaurant in Cambridge. Mm-hmm. He was the producer of The Tonight Show, and then 2 weeks later I was on there. We were talking outside in the driveway. Do you remember when we were in the driveway?
Yeah, it was about 15 minutes ago. I'm still capable of remembering things, but yes.
There wasn't a judgment on you. It was just simply I'm very accurate. I don't even know what I was saying.
We were talking about, you were at the Ding Ho.
Flukes.
Mm-hmm.
Different accidents contribute.
Accidents, little things that happen that change the course of your life.
Contribute. Someone wrote an article about that Chinese restaurant and went in the LA Times. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. Then he saw it. Then 8 months later, he was going in the summer to go to Massachusetts and New York because his kids were going to go to college. So they went on a college summer trip, and he remembered the article. So he calls up, and just a lot of flukes.
Yeah.
I'm very fortunate.
So you do that, and it's clear that impressionism or abstract, I'll use the word abstraction is really important to you. And there must have been a time in your life when you were a kid or something where you saw abstract art or you read abstract writing and it rang a giant bell in your head.
It wasn't the writing, it was Salvador Dali combined surrealism. When I had a art class, 11th grade in Burlington, Mass, we went into Boston to one of the main museums, and that's where I first saw surrealism. I never even heard of surrealism. And 2 of the paintings I remember, there was a painting of a clothespin in the middle of the field, and it was the size of a silo. Mm-hmm. But it didn't look cartoonish. It didn't look ridiculous. It was like, oh my God. And then there was another painting of a road coming down like this. And then when it went down like that, it turned into a waterfall. And I mean, I was 16. I'm telling you, these paintings, I was jolted. by the combining of these two realities. And a lot of the writing we were just talking about, the mosaic thing is like, oh, this, you know, this is not a clothespin. You know, that jolted me more than what I read that was influencing. But your head is like a soup. Everyone's head is a soup, don't you think? It's the ingredients, you know, Kurt Vonnegut, surrealism, Monty Python, the comedians all over the Tonight Show, and you know, listening to albums, and it all goes into Woody Allen. To me, he's still the best. He's the top guy. His writing and all that goes into your head. I was a big Bruins fan during the Bobby Orr days.
You had to be, by the way, because I was growing up. I was in grade school then. I was in second, third grade, and all anybody talked about back then was Bobby Orr. And and Phil Esposito, and you know, and everybody, because you know Bobby Orr was the biggest thing in the world, and in Boston, we just couldn't believe that we had this phenomenal player who was changing the game.
Yeah, it was incredible. That time was incredible. And I would listen to the games in my bed, and I had a radio in the bed. And one night I was fooling with the dial, and I stumbled on this show where a guy played 2 comedy albums every Sunday night. Mm-hmm. So I started tuning in. He played cut from one, cut for the other, and I'm laying in bed in the dark, and I'm listening for like 2 years. I'm doing this, and I didn't know it, but I was like going to school, comedy school, because I'd be thinking, oh, I like that guy. Oh, I don't like that. But anyway, it goes back to the soup. Don't you think all your head is like made up of all these different random and sometimes on purpose ingredients?
Yeah, I think that works. I don't, you know, I prefer a stew.
A stew?
Yeah, it's a little heartier. Mine is I think yours is a very light broth. But mine...
You're criticizing me during my analogy, saying that yours is better.
I want to win. I want to win. I want to win.
Come on.
It's a light... Listen, I'm not putting down a light broth.
I'm not putting down a light broth.
No,
I never thought I heard you say that.
It's a consommé. No, your brain is a consommé, and you taste it, and you're like, this is great. I've been a little sick, and this is really helping. Now, I'm like, if you've been out in the woods felling trees, you don't want the Stephen Wright consommé. You're a between meal palate cleanser, which, and again, no put down.
No put down.
But I'm in a big crock pot.
Yes. Like
and just huge chunks of really good sirloin and potato, and there's some Guinness in there that really thickens the broth.
You keep going 9 more minutes on that.
Yeah.
Describe it.
Do we have time? Steve, why don't you go get a sandwich? Go get a sandwich.
I come back.
So there's carrots. There's peas. There's some yam.
Oh my God.
There's all kinds of thickeners in the broth, you know?
God, it's thick.
It's a really thick broth. You put the wooden spoon in there and it stands up on its own.
And what if you put a spoon in mine?
Oh, if you put it in yours, it just immediately flips over and falls on the ground. And you have to put it in fast because yours evaporates quickly.
The longer he goes, the worse. Mine's nothing.
Yours diminished and mine keeps getting better.
As time goes on.
No, I mean, critics around the world want to taste my...
around the world.
And yours, they'd taste it if it would stick around long enough. It's just a vapor before they can get to it. But no, I agree with you. I agree with you.
But I agree with you.
There's all this... As long as we've established that mine's the better food, richer, more life-sustaining. Usually when I hear I'm going to talk to somebody and they've written a book, I get this feeling of apprehension, which is, oh, man, I got to read the book. And they booked you, and I'm very excited. And then I hear Stephen wrote a novel, and I'm immediately very intrigued. So I get sent this copy of Harold, which is this novel you wrote, and it's beautiful. It's really funny and touching. It's beautifully written. I think only you could write this, and I love it. I really do. And it was such a nice thing for me to read the book and then know I get to go and drive in and tell Stephen, you got here a little early and I heard you were hanging out outside like a creep. But I was so excited. I had the book and I wanted to go down and tell you, I need to tell you how much I like your book.
I really appreciate
And
that.
it's funny because you mentioned Vonnegut and I'm like, I can feel like there's different strains. Like you say, there's a soup, but I can see like Joseph Heller and Vonnegut. But it's very sweet and also at times sad. And there's such funny stuff in here. And it's all from the mind of an 8-year-old, 7 or 8.
7.
Yeah. I didn't read it that thoroughly. I just skimmed to get it. I just skimmed to get his age. I'm very good at it. I'm pretty, that's the one thing I will read is the age. No, but I was... I think 8 would have been the better choice, but that's my stew brain versus your consomme brain.
No, my broth brain.
But first of all, one of the first things that struck me because I'm so obsessed with myself is I read this. I read this thing at the front by the editor of the book from Simon & Schuster, who's clearly a big deal editor, and he's talking about how he stumbled upon you doing a set on my show, an interview on my show.
Oh, yes.
And he talks about how, this is why it all comes together. He talks about how he's always been a fan of yours. And then he says here at the top of the book, he's starting to think about, what could I do with Stephen Wright? And then he said, I had only started my job, I guess it's Simon & Schuster, and I was spending a lot of time searching the internet, trying to come up with book ideas. I can't remember what weird YouTube algorithm led me to it, but I came across a clip of Stephen Wright on Conan O'Brien's late night show back in 2013 when he talked about writing a novel on Twitter, posting one sentence at a time. How long is the novel by now, Conan asked. 1,500 pages, Wright said. 1,500 pages, Conan said. And then you say, if there's one word on each page. And then I guess he thought, I got to check this out. So he went on Twitter and you really were doing that. And then he starts talking to you and you guys form a friendship and you do this book. So I was just thrilled that...
That's amazing, the connection.
Yeah.
It's tremendous.
Yeah. You would also think there might be a little financial sharing in here. But we'll talk about that later. You'll hear...
No, I love that. I love that he saw that
But I
clip.
love the serendipity of... You do this joke, this guy sees that, then you start talking, then this book comes along, and this book is really special because it's a boy, and he's growing up in, you say, the mid-60s, and he's in a classroom, and he's daydreaming and thinking, throughout the class. And his mind is taking him all around the universe. He talks about hanging out with his grandfather. And in there are great, I don't want to call them jokes, but really good, profound observations. And they're all very much the way a kid would think. And you have this idea about what if people were like trees and that they just kept getting taller as they got older. And I'd be walking down the street as an 7-year-old boy, and I'd see an 80-year-old woman, and she's 45 feet tall. and you have this conversation with her, and I'm just tickled. And then there's so many sweet things that happen in it, and it's almost also has some sort of a James Joyce quality because it's all happening in a very constrained period of time, but also the time is infinite because if you're daydreaming, a billion things can happen in 45 minutes.
Yeah, he's in the class and he's thinking, he's daydreaming, he's thinking about dreams he's had, he's thinking about experiences that he's thinking of memories, and it all is in one day. And in the class, it's great that you like it so much.
I love it. How much of it is you, or do you not want to say?
A lot of it. I think you can't write anything be completely made up. See, the thing is, when I was writing it on Twitter, I wrote like half a page on there. Then I stopped, and then I didn't write it for like a year. And then I thought, that thing, I should keep writing it and just keep going. But I didn't put it on Twitter, so I just kept going. And the jokes I do are like creatively, it's like going through a narrow window, a couple sentences, 2-3 sentences, and hopefully the audience laughs. You know, da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. Okay, and I'm not complaining, I'm just describing it. But I had a lot of things in my mind that wouldn't go through that window. It'd just be a couple-liner joke. So I essentially used Harold's head. It's like I put a funnel on his head. And I poured into that funnel everything I think about being alive.
Yeah.
You know, religion and war and authority and the universe and is there a God? And, you know, that's all the way
That's
through
repeated
there.
all the way through the book.
Yeah.
Is God willing if there's a God? You know, I hope God if there's a God. So you're constantly questioning that throughout.
Yeah, it was a great, I didn't even know I had all this in my head, but it was a whole other way to create. It wasn't jokes. And I liked writing it. It wasn't a burden. I never got like, oh, when is it going to be done? Oh, no one was waiting for it. I had no book or deal or anything. Again, it was like playing. Like when you were joking, you were joking with the thing outside and they said, oh, we should use that as a bit. So I would just try to write a little bit of it every day. And then coffee, I have to thank coffee because my mind goes insane on coffee. And I would just drink the coffee and I had like a 2-hour window where I would just, it became a little world that I would go to. And I tried not to think about how is this going to be received? What are they going to think?
Right.
I was just like playing, oh.
The comedy I've always loved the most is when the person providing it doesn't need to please me.
When I first started writing it, I realized there was no story. And then I thought, I can't keep this, there's no story. And then I thought, I don't know how. So I stopped for a year. I thought, I don't know how to write a story. I don't know how. Yeah. And then I thought, a year later, I thought, so what? I want to just write it anyway.
Right,
so it's not like this happened and then this happened and then he did and then because of that. Yeah. So I just accepted that I didn't know how to write a story. So I just went.
The other thing I love is Harold's voice, very much like your voice, but I'm imagining you as a kid. But there's a great thing where his teacher is prominent because she's running the class the whole time. Harold is thinking all these incredible things and having these journeys in his mind. And every now and at one point he remembers the time that she came up and looked at what he was drawing, at what Harold was drawing, and said, "That's really beautifully done. You did a really good job here, Harold." And he said, "How dare you judge me?" Because even flattery is a judgment.
It's a judgment.
It's a judgment. It's just packed with those things. So I hope you write more, but if all you wrote was this, that is plenty, because it is fantastic. It's really good.
Thank you so much.
And you're such a great, inspirational and fascinating person to talk to and laugh with that I hope you come back.
I would love to.
You're one of those people who needs to come back.
I would love it.
And I'll have more. We can have more competing analogies.
More soup analogies, bro.
Or we can maybe change it to.
No, I would love it.
Our brains are like, crackers, and yours is a dry Dutch cracker that's got a high seed count. It's very good for your bowels. And I'm like this rich, savory, buttery cracker.
I noticed that all yours are always
they're good.
better than mine.
Oh yeah,
I see a pattern.
Yeah, there's a pattern here. Yeah.
I think you are one of the fastest, incredible comedy minds ever. That's what I would say to people. What is it like going on there? I said, you know what? I say something I hope it's funny. But if it's not, it doesn't matter because you're like a laser. It's incredible, really incredible.
Coming from you, that's huge. So I get
Yes, I mean that. It's
I get
unbelievable.
to feel good about myself for an hour. There's no higher praise I could get than a compliment from you. So seriously, we all owe you. I mean, but you changed everything for so many of us. And we're lucky that you came along. We really are. I know you say it's a quirk, it's an accident, but you also, and I do think, I give it up for quirks and accidents, but there's also integrity and hard work and being a good person, and those things aren't quirks. So that makes it all wonderful. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Let's
Thank you.
Let's never speak again.
All right.